Could you live in this? Now, here's the real question. Could the fact that Canadians demand larger and larger homes be part of what's driving the housing crisis? Imagine if we accepted efficient, well-designed homes with smaller footprints. Could that be the solution that Toronto needs? Oh, and that floor plan you just saw? It's clearly not a house, it's from a condo, and yet it's laid out so efficiently it works perfectly for a family. Now, to understand why homes like this seem small, we need to rewind a bit. Back in the 1950s, homes averaged 1,000 to 1,200 square feet. Modest, practical bungalows built for affordability and functionality. Today, new single-family homes average well over 2,000 square feet and often larger. And here's the kicker. Back then, families were bigger. On average, in the 1950s, there were 4 people per household. Today, it's just 2.5 people. Yet, somehow we're doubling home sizes for shrinking families, and we're paying for it. And how are we paying for it? Let's look at the true costs of bigger homes. So first up is maintenance costs. At $1 to $2 per square foot per year, a 1,200 square foot home costs anywhere from $1,200 to $2,400 annually to maintain. A 2,500 square foot home, simple math, $2,500 to $5,000 every single year. And utility costs, larger spaces need more heat, cooling, and more power. It adds up fast. Then we have property taxes. Bigger homes mean higher property assessments and higher taxes. So how much home do you actually need? And more importantly, how much home can you afford? As buyers, we're all guilty of this. We want dream homes, but let's be honest. We can't keep asking for Lamborghinis when we're working with Honda Civic budgets. That's where smarter, smaller homes like this one come in. Take this new townhouse project, Towns of Lambton Mills, for example. I had some clients just purchase here. Pricing starts at just under $1.2 million for brand new modern townhouse here in Toronto, not some far-flung suburb. This isn't a 1,000 square foot condo either. At 1,825 square feet, you're getting 3 to 4 bedrooms, full floor primary suites, private rooftop terraces, and even indoor parking with an EV charger. So sure, it's only 1,800 square feet, but let's be real. 1,800 square feet is plenty of space for a family to live comfortably. It's efficient, it's functional, and it's priced around the same as a 1,000 square foot high-rise condo. So now how is a builder able to deliver a full townhouse for roughly the same price as a high-rise condo half its size? So here's the reality, and let's look at these stats from the Altus Group. Low-rise construction in Toronto costs $185 to $300 per square foot. Compare that to mid to high-rise condos, which cost $275 to $380 a square foot. That's up to 40% cheaper to build, and that cost savings can be passed directly to buyers. But now, imagine that already cheaper housing even more affordable. That's where public policy can come in. So let's look at Bonnie Crombie's plan, who's vying to run as premier of this province. So recently, they announced some bold and much needed changes. So the first proposition that they had was eliminating land transfer tax. So cutting provincial land transfer tax for first-time home buyers, seniors, and nonprofits could save upwards of $13,000 on a new home. And then the second piece of proposal they proposed, how many times can I say propose in this? Development charges can add up to $170,000 on a new home. So their plan scraps these fees and replaces them with a better communities fund, ensuring sustainable municipal growth while saving buyers money. So ultimately, this is huge. Combine cheaper low-rise construction with these policy changes and suddenly efficient homes like Lambton Mills become truly affordable. But here's where we hit a wall. NIMBYism. Not in my backyard. Most of you have heard about this. So there's a builder I'd like to highlight, Blue Lion Build, who are delivering exactly what cities claim they want. Well-designed, family-sized multiplexes, but yet they face constant opposition. one of their projects faced pushback that almost scaled a 1,000 square foot garden suite down to 600 square feet. So luckily sanity prevailed and Blue Lion Build was able to proceed with the larger floor plan, but arbitrary restrictions like this kill smart housing solutions. So if Toronto wants to be a big city, we need to start acting like one, allowing beautiful, affordable, missing middle homes in every neighborhood right across the city. But now I know what some of you are thinking and likely saying. Even at 1,000 to 1,200 square feet, a lot of those units will still be over $1 million here in Toronto. But remember, if we're talking strictly low-rise, construction costs are 40% less than high-rise. So if we can combine that with incentives like cutting development charges, these homes could actually be within reach for families. And I mean, if we take a look at it, there are already quite a few large 2+10 or larger suites available on MLS right now, all sub $1 million in our under-the-radar neighborhood of York, which I like to call Toronto's Brooklyn. Okay, so here's the thing. Builders can build the homes, policies can make them affordable, but it all starts with us, demanding homes that work for families, not just investors. So could you live in 1,200 square feet if it looked like this? Because solving Toronto's housing crisis isn't about building bigger homes, it's about building better homes. So if this video got you thinking, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs to see this, and let me know in the comments, do we need to rethink how much space we really need?